Good morning guys, welcome back to the channel. Ed Croucher here, and today I've got literally nothing to do. I'm going to be pretty bored, so my plan today was to go down to Pangbourne and the Audi garage near me to look at both Lamborghinis and get a few pictures, really, mainly for my Instagram, but I thought I'd vlog the experience so you guys can see the cars, because I have spotted at the Audi garage in Southampton that there is an R8 V10. It might be a V10 Plus, it has got the fixed spoiler, so I think it is, in white, that they've had on the show floor for a few days. So it opens in 10 minutes, it's really early and I'm just really bored. So I'm going to go in, get a few pictures of that for the gram, and also vlog the experience so you guys can have a look at the car, because it does look awesome. It's pretty much like an R8 version of my TT, so it's just a little bit better. As you can see, I have arrived in Pangbourne. I found some free parking because I didn't have any change on me, but it's a very quaint little village. It's not somewhere you'd expect to see supercars. The only giveaway is the fact there are loads of speed cameras in all the surrounding roads. So obviously, I guess Lamborghini are planned around them for the test drives, because there's also an Aston Martin and a Bentley there. So Craig at Pangbourne has given me the opportunity to go around the back and said that's fine, which is great. Thank you very much. If you're buying a Lambo, come to Pangbourne, of course. But, you know what I mean, customer service alone is fantastic, and especially if you're just a fan of Lamborghinis, they're so accommodating. And I'm definitely, my life's goal is to get one of these. You know, I'm going to be a customer in the future, so you can understand why they're quite nice. But more to the point, 580-2 Huracan, been out in one of these. I don't think that's Paul's one, but his is coming down soon for a valet, I believe. This Saturday is TG picking up his new car. I mean, there's some sweet cars here. This is a Gallardo Superleggera. This is awesome, actually. I actually love the Superleggeras. They're certainly more than my current price bracket, and I think I might get one of those one day, because they're just, I mean, to be fair, with the slightly wider body and the more angular front diffuser, they certainly look a lot more modern than the Huracans do. More modern than the standard Gallardos do, and more like a Huracan. And I don't think from a standard non-car person is really going to notice the difference between them. Still got that awesome sounding V10, and I mean, if you get the right exhaust on that, you're still going to have an awesome sounding car. We of course have the Aventador S here. Personally, hideous colour, but by far, definitely by an absolute mile, the most exciting car in the car park right now is this absolutely classic weapon. This is a Lamborghini Murcielago, or a Mercy for short. V12, and this was kind of like the supercar of my generation, I guess. When I was young, this was the car that was awesome when I was growing up, and they still look awesome. Obviously, it's named Murcielago after the bat. You're talking 600 brake, and this thing's old, but they're not as advanced as current cars. And you've got to remember, if you're driving one of these around, they're an absolute weapon. And you mess around too much with one of these, you're going to have a bad time, because they're not going to save you. They're pretty unforgiving, and just look awesome. I think they've aged so well, considering this thing's like nearly as old as I am. I mean, minus 5 years. It's incredible. It looks awesome, and it's just so goddamn aggressive. Interestingly enough, there are no V12s in the showroom at the moment. There are just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Huracans currently sat around. 2 of them are Performantes, which I'm quite surprised by. I didn't think I'd see more than one of those today. But as you've seen, there's the Verde Mantis one, which we previously checked out. But there's also this white one. Can't remember the paint code, but it's pretty nice. It's pretty nice. I certainly think white's the colour to go for. I personally, as you can see with my TT, I'd rather go for white than black, just because it stands out more. I think it turns a few more heads. But there's some sick cars in here. I've also met someone who's purchased a Performante, and that is my dream car. So Craig's been nice enough to lend us the key so we can actually get into the car. As you can see, it's actually pretty identical to the Audi keys, but the only difference is that gorgeous Lamborghini logo embossed in the bottom. So initial impressions, it's not too bad. I think I'd need to have these seats slightly adjusted to fit in my legs, or maybe stop doing leg day. Either of those is definitely an opportunity, or an option rather. But these seats are acceptable. I mean, they've got no lumbar support at all. And it's just the fact that obviously I've got quite big shoulders and my shoulders kind of roll forwards in the seats as they're race seats, and my lats just don't fit in. I'm not really touching half of the seat where I'm just kind of like sat hovering with bits of me touching it. So it certainly doesn't fit my shape. So be quite skinny if you're willing to get the race seats. But the armrest is a very nice height, I've got to give it that. And there is plenty of legroom in terms of, you know, beyond the knee. A lot more than there is in the TT anyway. So interestingly enough, this Huracan behind me is actually Paul's one. Obviously he's selling it, which he announced ages ago, but the Barboni stripe's been removed. But I can assure you that that Brooks race exhaust is very much still there, as you can tell from the following clip. So a stock 610-4 just moved, and the stock one honestly sounded completely silent in comparison with the Brooks Race Exhaust Edition. Now, his exhaust was quite expensive. I think it was several £1,000s. However, I cannot believe how loud the Brooks Race exhaust is on this compared with the standard one. Because obviously when Paul picked me up in the Lamborghini, I didn't have a standard one to compare it against, but now I have. Paul, probably the best exhaust you could have gone with. Absolutely epic. And definitely check Brooks Race Exhaust out, because that was an insane engine note from that car then. This has been a fantastic day. Sitting in the Huracan Performante was an experience. It's a bit of a shame that I don't fit in the bucket seats, and if I got one I'd have to get the race seats instead, not the race seats, the comfort seats instead, which are like the standard Huracan ones, because my back hurts. Like I genuinely feel like I've slipped a disc getting in and out of the car then. So if you're a larger gentleman, definitely get the comfort seats. And if you actually plan on driving it more than 50 feet and more than just around a track, get the comfort seats. But other than that, it's been a fantastic day at Lamborghini Pangbourne. Hopefully I've got some good shots for you guys and you'll enjoy the footage, and I will see you guys very soon with more awesome content. I'm off home, I need to get some lunch because it is now midday and I haven't eaten anything yet, and I'll see you very soon with more awesome content. Remember to like, comment and subscribe, follow me on Twitter and Instagram. Links to all that good stuff will be down in the description below, and I'll see you very soon with more awesome content.